Hey, I am Joellen. If you have oily skin, then you are going to want to watch and save this video for oily skin makeup tips for Seint makeup. Keep watching because you are going to love these tips. It's going to be a game changer. First off, if you're not familiar with Seint makeup, it is a cream-based makeup that comes in little tins and you put them in a customizable compact that's magnetic and you can mix and match, totally customize it to your heart's content. So this is Seint makeup. It's foundation, it's highlight, contour, blush, illuminator, bronzer, all the things. Everything that you need for your face fits into one compact, like your eyeshadow, your brows, eyeliner, everything fits into this compact. So that is Seint makeup. And now if you're using Seint makeup or you want to use Seint makeup, which is a cream-based makeup, and you have oily skin, you would think that it's going to be problematic. And it can be if you don't know how to apply it correctly. So I'm going to give you 3 tips that are going to really help you combat that oil and wear this makeup so that it works the best for you. Now, I have oily skin, like not just a little bit oily skin, but a lot of it of oily skin. I've had it my whole life, and so I'm always kind of battling how to put my makeup on, how to last all day, and totally combat that shine so that I'm not like an oily, greasy mess by the end of the day. Do you know what I mean and how that feels? It can be frustrating. So there are a few things that I use for myself to kind of tone down that oil and use this cream-based makeup, and also some tips that work for other women. Here's the thing though, is what works well for me might not work well for you. You might have a totally different skin type, totally different amount of oil. You might live in a humid or a dry climate. So I'm going to give you these tips and I want you to try them out and figure out like a formula that works best for you. So I will give you some ideas that you can try to implement, and then you're gonna have to find the best thing that works well for you, okay? So a few things that you can do to help combat that oil and wear Seint makeup so that you are not a shiny, greasy mess is to start off by using a good sunscreen. You don't want to use a sunscreen that is going to be super oily and make you look like an even worse mess. This one right here is one of my favorites. I've been using it for years. It's a little pricey, but it kind of gives you a matte feel. And so when you apply it on your face, you're not adding more oil. You just apply a tiny pea-sized amount on your face, let it sit for a good 3 to 5 minutes, and then you can apply your makeup. Also, you're gonna wanna make sure that you prep your face first before that, and you're gonna want to wash your face, get rid of the oils from the day. Then you can go ahead and either apply your moisturizer or your sunscreen. But the key is to let it soak and absorb into your skin for a good 3 to 5 minutes. Because if you just put a moisturizer or a sunscreen on your face and then you put the cream right on top of it, it's just gonna slide right off. So you gotta give a few minutes to let that absorb into your face. If you have oily skin, I would personally just ditch the moisturizer. You don't need that more moisture in your skin. I would only apply it at night. But if you feel like you do have some dry patches on your skin, maybe in general your skin is oily but you have some dry spots, just apply moisturizer on those dry spots and not on your whole entire face. Just let it soak in and absorb before you apply the rest. Now, so sunscreen, get a good sunscreen that is more matte and won't make your face more oily and greasy. The next thing that is going to be your best friend is powder. Now, Seint has an awesome powder that fits into your compact right here. How cool is that? So you can use their powders, or there are lots of other powders that are on the market you can choose from. A loose powder. This is one that I also love to use. It's a very fine grained loose powder so that it doesn't give you a huge textured appearance. So either way, whether you want to go for a loose powder or a pressed powder that's in your compact, you want to apply it on your face with this cool nifty tool. This is the powder brush that it will really help you get your powder exactly where you want it. You know, you might be used to taking a looser big brush and just brushing it all over your face. That's great, but what this guy does is it presses the powder exactly on the areas that you want it. It really like gets it in there. I love it so much. So I'm gonna give you a couple different options that you can do. You can do one, both, or one or the other. So you can apply a little bit of powder on your skin beforehand, before you apply your cream makeup. So you could apply just a little bit of powder on like the oiliest parts of your skin. So like your nose, your forehead, and your chin, maybe those are the oiliest parts of your face. Apply a light layer of powder first, and then you can apply your cream makeup. Or you can do it after you apply your cream makeup. You can set it with powder, or you can do both. Maybe you need it a little extra, so you can do it before, after, or both. So just kind of work around and play around with it to see what works the best for you. So powder is going to be key. You have got to set your makeup with powder 100%. If you have oily skin and you're using cream makeup, set it with powder. Depending on whether you want pressed or loose, before or after or during, both. Just figure out what works best for you, but you've got to do it. Powder is going to be your best friend with this makeup. Now, the other tip that you're going to want to do is possibly using a setting spray. Setting spray is also a really great way to get the makeup to stick and last all day. Setting spray is kind of like hairspray for your face. It's specifically formulated for your face. Don't use hairspray for your face because you're going to have breakouts. This setting spray is great because it's made to go on your face, it's made to work with makeup, and it's made to help your makeup stay put. So you can use setting spray kind of the same way that you use powder, before you apply your makeup or after you apply your makeup, or both. Kind of figure out what works the best for you. So to do this, you can just spritz your face. You can just do a light mist, or you can like totally just drench your face if you want to, and then let it air dry. That's key. Let it air dry just a few minutes, just kind of like, fan your face, get it to air dry, and then you can apply your makeup. Or if you are doing it after you have applied your makeup, lightly spritz your face and let it air dry. Or you can put on a makeup sponge and you can just spray it and then dab the setting spray exactly where you need to have the extra stay and shine away for the day. So there are 3 tips to help you Seint makeup work better for your skin. Now, when you use a different makeup, your skin has to kind of get used to this new formula, this new product on your face. So be patient, give it a few weeks to kind of help regulate and get used to this new cream makeup. You might have used mineral powder makeup before or liquid foundation before, and now you're going into this cream makeup and your skin is gonna be like, whoa, hold on, what is on my face? Get it off. And it's gonna start, maybe even producing more oil. That's totally normal. Give it a couple of weeks, let it just kind of regulate and get used to the new product. And then just try a few things out. Try a good sunscreen that is more matte, try some powder, and try a setting spray, and just figure out what formula is gonna work best for you. For me personally, what works best for me right now, I kind of play around with things. So right now, what I have been doing pretty regularly is I use sunscreen. Then I go in with a very light layer of powder on my nose. I do my nose and a little bit on my forehead and my chin because those are my most problematic oily spots. So I do a light layer of powder for that first before I apply my makeup. Then I apply my cream makeup all over my face. And then I go in and I put powder again. I just put it exactly on the places where I want it. Now, one other quick tip with powder is you can just do a small amount and put it exactly where you want it. Or there is a baking method that you can use, which is you just like totally cake it on. You put on so much powder on your face. You can actually see the powder. Like it's not invisible. Like you see a whole bunch of powder on your face. Like if you sneezed, it would go everywhere. So you could totally put tons of powder on your face after you apply your makeup, powder it on, let it soak in and absorb into your skin for a good few minutes, and then with a bigger brush, lightly dust off the excess. So you can try that out too. So the moral of the story is Those are the 3 different things you can try using: sunscreen, powder, and spray. But then just play around with it. See what works best. Do you prefer a light dusting? Do you prefer pressed over loose? Do you prefer caking it on and baking it on and then lightly dusting it off? You know, kind of play around, figure out what works best for you. And you'll also know maybe like during different times of the year, it might work differently. So that's okay. That's kind of the fun of beauty, and being able to customize it to your needs, your preferences, and the way that your skin works. You get to figure out how to make it work best for you. So that's what works well for me. That's what works well for a lot of other women who have oily skin and they're using Seint products. So give it a try. Invest in a few things: some good sunscreen, some good powder, and some good setting spray. And those are going to be your best friends with using a cream makeup and having oily skin. So give it a try. If you want more simple beauty tips, go ahead and like and subscribe so you don't miss any. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help. I'm always happy to guide you in your beauty journey. I will put all of the links to everything that I talked about in the description below and how you can find me. If you want help figuring out what colors are going to look best on you, because that's a whole other story too, is having the right color is what is going to be game changing too. So you want to make sure you have the right makeup colors. So if you need help finding the right makeup colors, I can do that too for you. So have a fabulous day. Have fun with makeup. This is fun. Be creative, be an artist, and enjoy it. Make sure to do good and feel good so that you can show up for the world in your best self. Ciao.